Back at it. Tiny TV. I got hella videos I'm about to release. But this one is about for when people ask me what I stand for. And it's kinda like going through what we call a spiritual arraignment. Once you get to going through your old spiritual cycle, see, it hits everybody different. No matter if you're a thug, a pimp, a mag, baseball player, basketball player, just straight gangster, whoever, prostitute, it don't matter. It hits you all different. And at different times, we call it a spiritual awakening. And some people get it, some people don't. Some people really never actually wake up. They don't. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way it is. It's crazy, but it's true. And once you wake up to the reality of life, from a spiritual standpoint, once you start getting into all that start hitting you hard, you tend to look at life different, tread different. At least you try. Even though, like, for certain people, they might be a certain way, so they got to deal with certain shit after they wake the fuck up. And like for me, being gangster or living that gangster life or whatever you want to call it, pimping and all this other shit, it's different for me because it's like, okay, now that but I hold this, and it's like, you want to come about things a different way because you know what's best for you and your people. You know what I'm saying? Like once you actually know spiritually and consciously, what's best for you and your people, you can't help it. Like they say, once you're awoke, ain't no going back to sleep. Even if you is still doing wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because in order to do right, you gotta do a little wrong. In order to do wrong, you gotta do a little right. That's just the way it goes. Equal balance. There wouldn't be no good without bad, no bad without good. That's just the way the universe works. And once you learn about the stars and the system mathematics and how the universe works with the different galaxy systems and all this stuff, and you learn to how all that aligns with human existence and nature, and all these different stuff outside of what we've learned growing up, which is just Bible, and so that's where I stand with that shit, and once you learn all that, it's like, okay, this is the real deal. You know what I'm saying? Once you learn, that everything that was taught to us and put together in the Bible was all plagiarized and taken from African stories and African history and mixed up and fed back to us in the most treacherous way, mind-blowing, mind-fucking way that's still holding us down to this day, and once you get to seeing like, okay, this is what it really is and what's holding people back this way and that way, you dip into this, you dip into that culture. So, I dip into Rastafari, I dip into African culture. Of course, that's my favorite culture because I believe that, we're prisoners of war. Our people were, African descendants that was in Africa and became prisoners of war and were put on boats and spread it throughout the universe to become slaves, and even though it was a lot of us here due to earlier migration from Africa, but still, the main ones that I'm talking about, yeah, we all come from Africa, and once you get to digging into things like that, and you get into politics, and you get to dip into different things, that really amuse you. So it's like, the gangster shit and all this other shit and all this and this and that. It doesn't really amuse me as much on the bad side like it does now, like it did then. Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, um, you get to looking at things different, and it's like, okay, maybe I should. And then everybody has a different calling. Everybody has a different calling. You got people that stand up, you got people that's gonna just sit in the back, watch. And then you got people that just straight just marks. They'll see the whole thing crumbling and won't do nothing about it. When they have the sticks to keep it standing. And I guess I'm just one of those type of guys. You know what I'm saying? This is where I always speak a lot. And once you get there, it's like I'm a very political person. Outside of that, anyways, I was like a very militant political person, just how I came up. So it was like when I got deeper into this, political, conscious, and spiritual stuff, that just makes it even more. It just expands everything. And so this is why I look at life different. I talk the way I do, move the way I move, and I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I love it. Um, I actually love that I'm very aware of things and know a lot. Read a lot of books, a lot of videos. Studied a lot of master teachers, and the Bible back and forth. All kind of different things that most of us gangsters, people coming from the streets, wouldn't even tend to even care about. Like even this conversation, they wouldn't even give a fuck about. You know what I'm saying? So it's like shit that motherfuckers don't even care to even talk about, because they conscious level ain't even there. So, which is understandable because I used to be one of those guys, and so you have to learn, like they say, to water it down when you're talking to certain people, because when you're very conscious, it's like, okay, and then it's like now it's like certain shit bother you faster because it's like you just quicker to just away with the bullshit, so it's a lot that come with, becoming very conscious, you know what I'm saying? And as far as religion, I don't believe in that. I believe in, African spirituality. That's what I believe in. I believe in man and woman. I believe in the different gods of the earth. I don't believe there's a guy in the sky watching over and doing all these things, allowing all these bad things, and only giving a certain group of people the good things. I don't believe that. I don't believe nothing it says in the Bible. I don't. It's only about 20% of that stuff that I believe. That's because I can track that back to our African history, which is actual facts. You know what I'm trying to say? That's only about 20% of it, outside the books that they took out of it. But that's a whole nother story too. So that's what I dipped into. I didn't dip into I already knew about the Jesus and the gods and the Moses and all that shit, but all that shit is alignment. It's messages and it's all decoded, so you really have to read between the lines and read and study other books and religions and histories of African stuff and different, cultures in order for you to really see, okay, wait a minute, this all goes like this. You know what I'm saying? If you don't, you're going to just be stuck on the Bible and live your life accordingly to that, which is all the way false. But that's just how I feel. But other than that, I believe in reincarnation. You know what I'm saying? To me, God and nature is one and the same. I believe that. I believe that God and nature is one and the same. That's just what it is for me. Just due to my studyings and all that stuff, and it all adds up. And then it goes according to my spirit, how I feel inside, and so and then I study Ifa. For those of you who know about Ifa, it's a lot that come with that, but these are very ancient, very, beginning of time studies and rituals and cultural things that us West Africans did. A lot of Africans, period. You know what I'm trying to say? It was a lot more different, ones, but Ifa is one of the ones, and that's what I study. And it's a lot that come with that. You know, and nature has a lot to do with that. This is why I be by the water a lot. I love the rivers. I love the trees, and once you learn to communicate these different things and know about these different things, like I say, you look at life different. You know what I'm saying? For real, hurt you to even step on a motherfucking snail, like for real, because you value life more. At least you try to. But yeah, so that's where I stand with that. I stand for my people, man. I try to get closer to my blackness, um, outside of this highly, like I said, it's kind of different for this highly gang banging shit because of who I once was. So now to like who I am and becoming to be, it's like, oh shit, But you try to tread that shit and juggle it the best way you can, Um, and it don't make no difference because we got homies that's Muslims, we got homies that's, these niggas is Gothic. We got homies that's, they all got their own religions and stuff, just people worldwide, But and so that's kind of like what it is with me, I try to calm down on a highly, but profile gang, and but when you still somewhat into it, and like I said, your name holds a lot. It ain't like you trying to prove a point or nothing. It's just like this is life, and I have to pick and go about it the best way I can, even if it comes to sliding, macking, you name it. It don't matter because I'm still in these streets. You get what I'm saying? And the universe doesn't say I need to get a 9 to 5. It's other ways of living. You know what I'm saying? And living righteously. But since I know that you got to do some bad in order to do some good, that's what I stick to. And because I know the goodness is gonna come out of it. You feel me? So I don't ever try to over extra, do shit or judge people because nigga, I'm still out here. You know what I'm saying? Surviving in these motherfucking streets. I ain't living yet. I'm still survival mode. So, that's pretty much how it go with me. So, that's just my what people would consider religious side, but I'm not religious. But yeah, that's just where I stand at with it. I believe in, African spirituality. And in order to get better, you have to do better. And I believe in manifestations and and a lot of different things, that people wouldn't believe in, especially people in my family, because they're all Jesus going. We were born and raised on, Jesus is the way, he's coming back, all that shit. So I grew out of that, dude. Once you get to really seeing what that shit is about, it's like, nah. But now, how does that align with me being a gang member? A lot of that calmed me down. It really did. It really did. And so it's like not too really much on the gang stuff. It's more on some bringing us together now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we still got the little ops and all this other stuff going on, but it's more on positivity, because we put in enough bad energy toward now. If we push towards our positivity, it'll come back tenfold. And I know this, so that's what I'm steady on, and a couple of my partners are on. And that's cool if you ask me, because it ain't just always about negativity and that old stupid ass, you know what I'm saying? Let's get it up and let's get it this. Even though, like I said, we're still human and we man. And a lot of times it gets to that. But on the most side, it's like positive. We're getting older now because I'm about to be 37. So it's like And some people still judge you off of that. And it's crazy. They'll see where you're going and still try to put the past on you. And that's okay. Those are people that still stuck in, the past. You know what I'm saying? If you still judge somebody off their past, then you're still stuck in your past. And that's a fact. Whether it's a good past or a bad past, you're still stuck back there. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously this person is moving forward. Anywho. But yeah, that's where I stand with it, man. You know what I'm saying? Um, that's it. You know. Other than that, y'all ask, and that's pretty much what it is. So when y'all see people that's gang members and they tend to be some type of spiritual or religious or highly this and that, you guys have to understand that that's like a tribe. It is. It's like our tribe. Just like tribes in Africa, they got these different tribes where they do other things, but they still come from this tribe. I swear that's just what it is. And it might sound crazy, but gangbanging wasn't always negativity. You get what I'm trying to say? And just like on some Black Panther shit. So if you guys don't really know too much about the history of all that outside the negative shit, then you guys will really understand why a lot of us still hold on to that cuz and blood and outside of us being preachers or someone who might be fucking, they do all kind of different stuff now, but they still a crip over blood at heart, and they move a certain type of way with it now. You know what I'm trying to say? It ain't like it was back then when motherfuckers was young and now motherfuckers is, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with representing, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like that shit isn't all just negativity. You know what I'm saying? Like on some real nip hustle shit, you know what I'm saying? So that's all I got to say. If you understand, you understand. But other than that, it's all peace and love, man, with me. Y'all like, comment, and subscribe.